Alright, guys, that's bullshit. I mean, I took 2 hours playing that game with interruptions. Damn, and we won. Damn. Shit didn't save. Some bullshit. Little 8, 9 little Indian, 10 little Indian boys. My little. Damn. Oh.
Matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome in, everyone, alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So you've got 1 week of preseason games in the books. Now you start to really assess some of the vets and, of course, some of the young players.
You're exactly right, because now there's a week's worth of film out there for everyone to watch. And for guys who may or may not make these particular teams, that film will be out there around the league, so maybe they can catch on somewhere else if they have to. But this would be a lot of fun to see how much time the veterans play versus how much time the young guys get.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
How about 54 touchdown passes?
Awareness 63? Oh, my God. Really?
Coming out of a junior college, I think he exceeded expectations, and he can move it around a little.
No, that's why we got you, like, so cheap. The awareness is a 63? Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, you got us to the playoffs. The awareness of 63. Are you freaking kidding me? You kidding me? Awareness of 63. Wow.
Too. A much better athlete than people give him credit for.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he powers his way up past the 30.
This
Now we'll
guy's
get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
I mean, that was the first freaking play of the game.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Look at this spin.
Balance.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync,
What's wrong, baby?
as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And now they'll throw with Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was a run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Looking
middle, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
Let's meet the starters on the defensive side of the football for Arizona.
Give me, girl.
Let's talk about Robert Kimdichie, their
Give me, girl.
first-round pick out of Mississippi. I still remember him coming out of high school. An absolute terror, maybe the best high school prospect in the nation. People look to see if his motor is going to run high all the time, because when it does, he is something else.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run with Hines. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because
Jumping on the bed.
those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's
Stop going,
complete.
pal.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now second and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Oh. Quite getting to the second level, but that's what a good running back does. Is make one guy miss. See if we can run the Coach Riley play.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll give it to him up the middle.
The Stevenator.
It's the fullback taking it in. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was
snacks.
just going to say.
That's where I go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, Johnson.
Good job, Barnett.
That play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Job.
They get only 4 that time as that
Way to
leads
come up.
us to a 4th down.
Honey Badger.
So much about offense
HB.
is what you call hidden
Honey
yardage.
Badger.
You know, you throw the ball
THB.
to someone, they catch it, and
Honey
then they can
Badger.
make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And a nice spin into some open field. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
On play action, Allen finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Good job.
Encroachment, defense.
Hard count.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation
Should
game
not
for
be.
them, but it's also a reaction game.
2nd and
And
5.
they reacted poorly on that one.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Wow.
They went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Get rid of this system.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun.
What are you doing, baby?
In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Allen to throw again. And he whips that
terrible.
one incomplete there.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go now. 3-19.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Chandler Jones. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring
Hey,
up
how'd you get
4th
that
down.
thing off?
I remember when I
How'd
was
you
a
get
kid,
that
and
thing
all I
off?
wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down
What's
this
wrong,
one
baby?
right on the 5-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal
What's
line,
wrong?
right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
Let me, girl.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
All start offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green 39.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wow, how's that not a safety? John McGee.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff. Johnson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively.
Coach Riley.
And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go.
This is Hines. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught inside
Good
the
job,
10.
Homer
And
Pyle.
finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
See if we can run the Coach Riley play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now Allen. And this is
Coach Riley play.
touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in
Good job,
for
Gomer
6,
Powell.
and the Eagles add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
It's the Coach Riley play. Wow.
A try here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Gio and bingo.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Wow.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 14-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the
Bro, man. Like that song, huh? Quack, 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 quack.
Football, they're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Blue landed.
He'll drop to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Eric Ebron, 29 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about
Come on, baby.
guys out wide and how acrobatic they are, but that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard.
Okay. All right. All right. I got you. I got you.
to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Come on, let's go. What?
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
What's wrong?
Stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Here's Johnson. Stays on
This
his
guy
feet.
just ran right
Finds
through
an
us.
opening past the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 73 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
Again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And
What's
hoping
wrong,
to do
Emmy
better
girl?
than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And get
Where is your little... Let's see if we can find your hand. Uh-oh, Pat's got your hand too. Pat's got your little hand.
You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
One goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Come on, let's go.
Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Offense here ready to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll look to throw. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now attempt carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game
Job
long.
Antrim.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you gotta try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. He'll look to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
I haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from the desert after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, wherever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
They'll look to throw here, eluding the pressure right. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Here we go.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Come on, let's go.
He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now let's look at David Johnson. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? They begin the drive with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. We've got 2 more after this one, and then we get it all started, as we normally do, on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, let's make sure this is right. see. We want to see Beverly and Corn. We know what he can do. Gilder. That's good. Crawford, boy. No, why is Hanson in there? So right tackle. And we want Ebner. That guy nowhere near that thing. Whoa. What's happening here? Damn, we ain't got nobody else? Damn, I guess we don't. Hey Malone, get in there, dog. We ain't gonna have... Yeah, that guy starting twice. Damn, where's this guy starting? Dude, oh, okay. Alright. As fast as you can. Baby and me. Actually, man, we want to see Dukes, man. I mean, Burge. See what you got. Douglas.
We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line.
You didn't make the tackle, but I saw you, Dukes. You were in hot pursuit.
Harrison Smith. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive.
Boy, Harrison Smith came up. But you Dukes, yep, the rookie. A way to come up and clean it up, Harrison Smith.
Player though, what did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
It's true.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll run it here.
Good job, Dukes, the
No
rookie.
gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. What a spin. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
What's
They have
wrong?
the lead here. We talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual.
What's wrong, baby
locker room.
girl?
Here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we got the lead.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far.
Look at that. Look at that. You just quit drinking your milk. You just letting it run out. You just letting it run out. Here. Everywhere I move, I'll make air and I like that.
Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish.
Look, he's. You turn that light on every time.
So I can see her. So what? I turn it off when I leave the room, unlike you.
Well, I don't know how I that's why you got felt up today.
Huh?
You got felt up today. I ain't mad at him.
Hi, monkey.
Well, couldn't that happen anywhere though?
Yeah, I guess it's more likely to happen in Hi, monkey girl. Love you. What are you doing? Guess what I got? It's a
Yeah.
Hy-Vee.
But no way. They had him.
Full stack of them.
Oh, damn. The bakery manager must have got fired. They must got a new one.
The deli kid was in a terrible mood.
Because he probably had to make brookies. He probably had to make brookies, that's why. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. That's too funny. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Did you go to the Hy-Vee here?
Here.
Okay.
Your chunky leggy. Mama.
Just leave this here.
How's my baby?
I'm gonna fill you up too.
I wish you would more.
Whatever. Yes.
I was like,
That guy was like, Oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get that.
The colleges are
She was
a whole lot of
accosted.
receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Brissett now on second down. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third and a few inches. On the give, this is their fullback.
Colbert in a
Brought
face
down
mask.
with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good
Personal
measure.
foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore
Automatic first
how
down.
you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Ohio! Ohio! Cut!
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this show. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down the now before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation. That gives me that option of running play action, maybe
now.
throwing it.
3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it. Stay out and go for 2. Back to throw again. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Woods. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
You're right, Woody. You're right, Woody.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Brissett to throw on first. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. 38.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
Brissett.
Well, too much oomph. Too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And some space here. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Here we go now.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Green, 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go now. Blue liner. Blue liner.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, Brissett. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Let's go. One.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
The timing and the faking on that play was so good, you almost... You're at a magical act, right? The magician has shown you something, and then you realize it's not really there. It's created an illusion, and the illusion was they were going to throw the football. Looked like a pass play. Instead, it turned into a draw. Offensive lineman able to get out in front. They drew the defensive line upfield and beat them at their own game, and that's why they picked up big yardage into the secondary. He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact.
Jonathan Jones. Good job, JJ.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Yeah.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Why in God's green earth do you keep wearing those crazy shoes?
It's been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Here we go.
Here's Brissett. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback.
I don't know why you keep doing it.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
First down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go.
second down. Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Awesome.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in ball.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A second down throw for Brissett. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
It's pushing the offensive line. Gracious. Who was that? Damn, Anson. Boy, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys back. No way. Say no problem. He love no problem.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He may try and run for this. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! What? 9!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Bub-bubs. Bub-bubs. Bub-bubs.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. They'll give it to him right up the gut. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried.
Thank you, babe. Oh, this pitch here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what she did. Oh, no, this is something else. This is something else. This is actually, it's a law change. Oh, yeah, Emmy was asleep. Yeah, it's I peed, yeah, yes. Actually, this is good. This is actually good. Okay, alright. Change of address. What the hell is this? Right.
If you're confident in your kicker, and if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Come on, let's go!
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Let's go! 38!
On 3rd down, that's Hale, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one
Green
off.
39! Green 39!
Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
It's late in the season. But yeah, that lady's selling them for $10. She need her tail whooped. She needs her tail whooped. $10.
The Cardinals on third down.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
You can almost get 5 of them.
Well, that's
Would cost you $50.
Yeah.
For less than 10.
And yeah, where that Sprouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get Steph will go and because I'll cut it up myself and put it in something.
2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8.
Actually, that knife that I have, that's what I used all the time. That silver one.
He'll look to throw. Breaks through the contact, and that's caught by Smith. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Oh, his knee is down. Come on, what are we doing here? Why is this stuck like this? What is this? Oh my God, it's stuck.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
I can't even change it. Wow.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
That's what we want.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw. And he can't get
Job,
the throw
Wolf.
off.
Derek
He's
Wolf.
taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Derek Wolf in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw.
Oh, damn.
And throw right side complete to Parker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And now he stops it with a spike at 8 seconds. And unable to connect. It's incomplete.
53-yarder into the win?
Stopped at 8 seconds.
I couldn't make a 49-yarder into the win.
So here we
With a
go.
97
Maybe the biggest
kick
kick of the
power.
game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss.
Babe, what you doing up in there? Oh no. Fine, that's nope.
They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being